So postpartum had me crying. I just have all of my emotions mixed up. So in my mind, I'm telling my body to get angry. Like, we about to get buck, right? We about to have an attitude because it's about to go down because he tried it. But my body started crying and I was like, why? What is going on? It was bad. So I had to go into the living room because, you know, I'm trying to hide the fact that I'm crying. The kitchen was well lit. The living room was dark. So I walked into the living room, still holding Blake. Hey guys, it's me, Ryan. I know I look different because I don't have a baby anymore inside of me. So, I'm skinny now. I'm not all the way skinny, but I'm getting there. The snapback has to be real because I got a couple of concerts that I plan to go to and I plan to be fine. So be in prayer for that. There's just honey buns and chips everywhere. Fruit snacks. The devil has been busy and he is trying to take me away from my snapback. But welcome back for another episode of Wife Life. Woo! Finally! Where you been, girl? So I'm out of the hospital now. Everything is pretty much back to normal. I still have weird things happen with my body that I can't explain. So anyone that has had babies probably understands where I'm coming from. But I didn't have those issues with the first one. It's just the second one. Now I'm noticing things with my body. Like my right eye, is it supposed to twitch? Or like my thumb feels weird when I extend my toes. Is that a thing? So many, I mean, those aren't exactly the things that are happening to my body. One of them is, I'll let you guess which one. But there's definitely some strange things going on. I've just tried to stay off of WebMD because get on there, you feel like you about to die like today. Like I've got 5 minutes left. As you can see, there's been a change. I got braids and I put in multiple colors and I was really excited about it. Anyone who personally knows me from like way back in the day knows that I used to like to color my hair with Kool-Aid because my mom and dad wouldn't let me use real colors. And so I would do Kool-Aid and then I would put the beads in my hair and I would put all the colors of the rainbow in my head until I got approached by a lesbian. And actually I got approached by 2 lesbians, a couple, inviting me into their relationship. So that was gonna be a no for me and I realized probably the beads. So I took those out like immediately, same day. It was like Amazon Prime. Same day, just took it on out. I've wanted to do this for forever. Oh my goodness. But it seemed like every time I felt like I was ready to do it, there was something that stopped me. Working a full-time job, they have rules for what you can do with your hair, so I could never do it. But now guess who's a stay-at-home mom and can do whatever she wants with her hair? So I finally did it. However, I did not know that it was going to cause problems at home when I did this. I told Jonathan that I was going to do my hair differently. Usually when I do my hair, I ask him what he wants to see. I try because, you know, I want him to, you know, like what I do. You know when you're in that beginning stage and you're like, oh, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to look like? Because you want that compliment, right? And what better way to get the compliment than to just do what you already know that they're going to like? Half the time he'll give me a specific hairstyle, which is the same hairstyle all the time, every time. Or he'll say, when he has like a wild hair up his crack, I should probably edit that out. Or every once in a while, he will say, do whatever you want. But really what that means is, I want you to choose to do the same hairstyle because you want to. So I end up with the same hairstyle. Not knocking it, I love it, right? But the problem is that it's not really conducive to having the baby and she's all tangled in it and it's a lot. So I thought, this is the perfect time for me to do this thing. Here's where the problem came in. This time I didn't ask him at all what he wanted me to do with my hair. I didn't tell him what I was planning to do with my hair. Why, you ask? Because I knew that if he knew, he would try to stop me. Here was my logic. I thought, well, usually when I have an idea to do something that's kind of outside the box, this is the box, he will not really understand like what I'm seeing in my head. So he'll either say, I don't know about that. Or he'll say, I'd have to see it. Case in point. I decided to decorate a whole wall in our living room with National Geographic covers, right? It looks dope. But when I told my husband my idea, he couldn't see it in his head. And he was like, I don't know about that. Are you sure you want to do that? He was questioning me every step of the way. And finally, I was like, just let me do it so you can see it. And I just started doing it. And when it all got done, he was like, I like it. And people started coming over and they liked it. So I thought, okay, well, anything that I'm going to do that's like not really something that he sees a lot, he really has to see it first. So that's why I didn't say anything, because I knew he was going to try to discourage me, or worse, he was going to shoot me down completely. So I took my hair down, washed it. I'm pumped. I went to the beauty supply. I picked out my colors. I was like, this is about to be amazing. And also in my head, I was saying, oh, please, God, let this work out. I got home. I started working on it. He started seeing the colors that I was pulling out the bag, and I could see fear setting in, but he wasn't going to say anything. And he was just dying for me to ask him what he thought of it, but I was not about to do that. I decided I really don't care what he thinks about this, because I'm doing this for me and it feels great. I went 9 months plus not really feeling like myself while I was carrying this baby. This was the one thing that I felt like, I feel like me doing this. I'm expressing myself in some way. So no, I wasn't going to ask him so that he could then rain on my parade, and then I could feel guilty or self-conscious and then end up taking my hair down and doing the same old hairstyle. We might as well call that hairstyle the Ryan, because that's what I do. So of course, even though I didn't ask him what he thought, eventually, you guys know, they find a way to insert their opinions and things. He came home one night and I was holding Blake in my arms. If you didn't know, that's our baby girl's name. Her name is Blake Michelle Traylor. Ah, love it. So I was holding her in my arms. This is, I actually don't hold her like this, but like, this is, you know, universal sign for holding a baby. Jonathan got home and we're both standing in the kitchen, and I was excited because I'd come up with the name that I am gonna have for Blake. I was looking at Blake before Jonathan got home, and you know that new baby thing where you like look at them and you're just falling in love over and over and over again. And it came to me, I was like, you're my little bluebird. No, my baby's not blue. Not at all, but I don't know. So Jonathan got home and I told him, I was like, I think I have the name for Blake. And I said, it's going to be Bluebird. And he said, boy, Blake, your mom done changed her hair, got this South Dallas names for her babies. Excuse me. And I knew that he'd just been waiting to say that, because what does Bluebird have to do with South Dallas? And like, what? What does that even mean, first of all? Second of all, I'm insulted, because why does it have to be a South Dallas thing? No, I'm not from South Dallas, but I'm just saying. What? Here's the problem, though. Okay, so postpartum had me crying. So in my mind, I'm telling my body to get angry, like we about to get buck, right? We about to have an attitude because it's about to go down, because he tried it. But my body started crying and I was like, why? what is going on? It was bad. So I had to go into the living room because, you know, I'm trying to hide the fact that I'm crying. The kitchen was well lit. The living room was dark. So I walked into the living room. He was like, "You okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I understand why you are acting the way that you're acting." And he was like, "You understand?" I was like, "Yeah, I get it. You have been wanting to express that. And you've been waiting for me to ask you what you think, because I always ask you. And when I asked you, you were going to then tell me what you thought, but I never gave you that chance. So you've been waiting for some type of way to express how you feel. And it just came out like this, so I get it." And so it became a conversation of, well, if you knew why or what I was going to think about this, then why did you do it? And it just... Ryan in my head was thinking, because I'm an adult and I can do whatever I want. Yeah, I'm creeping up on 30, and actually I'm 30 this year. And this is like the year where you really start being comfortable with like who you are, you know, like this is me, this is what I want. I'm going to start chasing after my stuff, right? So that's where I am. And I was just like, because it's my hair and I really wanted to do this. And I didn't want anyone stopping me from doing it. And his point was that, you know, I always ask him. And like being under my parents, I'm not anymore. I can do this. And he hit me with the, well, you're not representing them, but you're representing me. Ryan in my head was like, touche. That was a good point. However, I don't see what the big deal is. You already knew that I was a creative individual before we got married. This is what he said that got me like to the point where I was like, oh, he tried it. He said, I know that, he said, he was talking about himself. He said, I know that I'm creative and I'm into music and stuff, but, and I'm just a creative mind, I write, but that doesn't mean that I want this. Oh, he tried it. Because I felt like he forgot. The person that you married is also extremely creative. I wanted to go down my list of resume like, bro, I sing, I write, bro, I was in theater and I did debate. Like, I mean, I can finger paint, you know, I can do some stuff. So yeah, I was like, dang, lest ye forget. But I did not bring any of that up. I just allowed it to fester in my spirit, and I got real heated, like real upset. So that was the whole blow up. And I felt defeated after. I was like, maybe I should take my hair down. I'll just take it down tomorrow, because this is ridiculous. I didn't think that it would cause this much. I mean, he didn't talk to me for the rest of the night, which was kind of fine, because honestly, I didn't want to talk to him either. I just felt like if anyone was going to be upset and like asserting their power in the relationship, it should be me, because I felt like I was the one being personally attacked. But I think because I admitted that I didn't ask him about it because I didn't want him to stop me, he felt like I was doing something, like forcing his hand and going around him, which is true. I kind of gotten him used to something. I'd gotten him used to the fact that I was going to ask him and that I was concerned about pleasing him, and I'd made it about him, so much so that it was hard for him to digest me switching the game up without communicating it. It just, I mean, honestly, it wasn't fair. I get that, you know. I won't say bitter, but kind of like low key, because I felt like I was making so many concessions for him unnecessarily, and I was holding back things that I wanted to do, and I didn't want to have regrets later and be bitter later. But instead of communicating that and saying, I mean, it wouldn't have been hard to say like, babe, I don't want to end up being bitter towards you and frustrated with myself in 5 or 6 years and blaming you for the fact that I didn't do certain things in my youth. But so many times we let our desires and our goals, our dreams, take a back seat to somebody else, and we do it as if like this is just what we really want to do, but honestly it's not. You're not really being honest with yourself about what you desire, what you love, and what you're really willing and able to give up. Sometimes things are actually needs, and we treat them as if they're wants. So I was treating my ability to express myself, which is something that I've always done in some way, but my ability to express myself with my attire and with my hair, I started to treat it as if it was just a want and it wasn't intricate to who I am. And I was like, well, I can just be, that wife that asks her husband what he wants and can be plain Jane, and that's not me. And I need to be able to express myself. And because I can't go out right now and do like theater and dress up in costume every day, and right now I can't fit most of the clothes in my closet, so I really can't wear a sari tomorrow and a dashiki the next, but when I am able to, I'm going to kill it. I can't leave it like that, right? So I have to tell you how it all ended. It was silent that night. We did not talk. It was rough. But the next night, it took us through a full day of us both thinking about everything that had happened. And the next night we talked, and it started out on the phone and it ended up in person. But we both apologized for our parts, and what was remarkable to me was that I didn't have to say most of the things that bothered me and most of the reasons why I was hurt by him, because he apologized for them beforehand, which was an awesome thing, but also very frustrating because I'd spent the whole day ready to go off when I was given the opportunity, and he apologized from jump. So it took away a lot of my thunder. 2 things that I learned from this situation. One thing I learned from it was, if you've gotten somebody used to a way that your relationship is going to go, and you decide to flip the script on them, such as me deciding I'm not going to ask my husband what he thinks. If you're going to do that, then be prepared for whatever response you get from your significant other, because it's not fair for you to flip the script without letting them know. And the truth is, we do change. I'm not the same person that I was 2 years ago when we got married. Even more so, I'm not the same person I was before I had 2 children. We change every time we have a kid. And it's up to me to inform my husband that things are changing in me. Or if I'm not going to do that, then I just need to be stuck in the old me. Nobody wants to do that, so you might as well communicate the stuff and communicate it peacefully instead of being like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. That wasn't right of me. I had other stuff that I was dealing with, and that's why I decided to approach it like that, and it wasn't cool. The second thing is, what is it? Oh, Lord. Distinguishing between things that are actually needs and things that are wants, and not giving up your needs. Okay, so that's it. Honestly, I didn't know that a hairstyle would be that big of a deal, and colors in my hair would be like, oh, cardinal sin, can't believe you did that to your marriage. But I was ready to pack some bags. I don't know whose bags I was going to pack, but I do know we were not going to be in the same place, and it wasn't that serious. It shouldn't have been, but I felt like he was attacking part of who I was and not allowing me to be me. Yeah, it got that deep for me. Okay, so if you care to share, let me know in the comments. Have you ever done something without consulting your husband? Let me know if you did. Let me know how he responded. Was he pissed or not? So, I'll see you guys later. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'm about to actually like literally take off my jacket and do the next one. Yeah. Okay. Bye.